Good morning, my dear children and parents. Today, we are going to study about the poem The Ant and the Cricket from Honeydew. It's taken from Aesop fable. Okay? So, my dear children, in this poem, as I have already told, it's a fable. And what is a fable? Fable is a poetic form of a story that gives us a moral, and in the story the characters are from the animals. So fable means a poetic form of story that gives us moral, and here the important role is played by animals. Okay, played by the animals. So in this poem we have two characters, that is the ant and the cricket, and these two characters resemble the people in the society. Which kind of people, which kind of human beings are there in the society? Let's go with the first character, that is cricket. Cricket is silly, that does not care about the future and keeps enjoying the summer season rather than collecting food or making a shelter for itself. This is the first category of the human being who used to enjoy the present. They are not bothered for the future and they are not saving anything for the future. Coming to the second character of the poem, the ant. The ant is wise and meticulous, that means hardworking. Instead of wasting time, they gather food for themselves and makes shelter for future. So they are the hardworking human being who used to think for the future. They are not wasting any time in the present. They make proper utilization of the present and save for their future. So whatever we do in the present will automatically impact your future. Okay, so they think for the future. So this is the second kind of human being, a second category of the people. So my dear children, here I'll read out the poem and I'll explain you the poem. I'll tell you about the Aesop and I'll give you the summary of the poem. Please listen it very carefully. So your poem is: a silly young cricket accustomed to sing through the warm sunny month of May, summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? At last, by starvation and famine, made bold, all dripping with wet, and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant, to see if to keep him alive he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he would repay tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, not I. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say. Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket, and out the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call these fable, in I will warrant it true. Some cricket have 4 legs and some have 2. I'll give you the detailed explanation later on. Okay, I just read out the poem for you. Now we will be studying about Aesop's fable. So Aesop's fable or the Aesopica is a collection of fables credited to Aesop, a slave and storyteller believed to have lived in ancient Greece between 620 to 564 BCE. Of diverse origin, the stories associated with his name have descended to modern times through a number of sources and continue to be reinterpreted in different verbal registers and in popular as well as artistic media. Many of the tales are characterized by animals and animate objects that speak, solve problem and generally have human characteristic. Okay, so it's generally related to the human characteristic, and they take the examples of animals. So through animals they resemble the human characteristic. Now coming to the summary of the poem, The Ant and the Cricket. So in the first paragraph I'll give you the introduction. The poem The Ant and the Cricket is a fable. A fable is a traditional story that teaches us a moral lesson. Usually the characters in fables are animals. This poem also teaches us very important lesson of being industrious, that means hardworking, like the ant. It also teaches us we should not be like cricket, that means lazy. Coming to the summary, this poem is about a cricket, an insect who found himself in trouble. As the winter season arrived, he found he had nothing to eat, nor had he cared to make a shelter for himself. He decided to go to an ant for help. He wished to borrow some grain from her and to spend a day or two in her hole during the rainy days. His intention was to pay her back later on. However, the ant did not help the cricket. He told him without mincing cutting words that it was rule of ants that they neither borrow nor lend. He asked the cricket in astonishment if he had not saved anything for the winter, to which the cricket replied in negative. Negative means no. He asked him the reason. He replied he was so busy enjoying his life, he did not bother to save or put anything. The ant taunted, means teased him, to go and dance during the winter also. In conclusion, it can be said that we must be responsible for our future. We must not just spend our good times idly. We must also secure our future against the bad time also. So this is what there in the summary means. In nutshell, it is said that whenever we are having good times, we should enjoy it, but we should not waste that time. We should also think for the future, because nobody can predict what will be the situation for the future. It can be good, it may not be good. So looking the both side of the life, we should think, we should enjoy our present, but think for the future also. We should have something for the future also. Okay, we should secure our future, because all over the act of the present will give impact in the future. So your act should be in accordance to the future. Think for the future. That is what told in this poem. So now I'll give you the detailed explanation of the stanzas. Okay, so here your whole poem is divided into 4 parts, and some parts I'll explain you here in the poem, in the video. So in the first part I have taken the lines. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm sunny month of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come, not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, What will become, says the cricket, of me? So, in the given lines, the poet says that there was a silly who lacks sense of, silly means a person who lacks sense or wisdom, जिसका थोड़ा सा दिमाग कम होता है. So now poet says that there was a silly young cricket who was accustomed to sing. Accustomed means used to sing during the spring and summer season. Gay means happy and enjoy. The poet calls spring and summer season gay because they are full of life. There is greenery everywhere. Food and water are in abundance. That is, abundance means a lot of amount is there, a large number. However, soon those months of rejoicing and joy passed away and winter came. Now the cricket was in trouble. He began to complain when he found that his cupboard was empty at his home. There was not even a crumb. Crumb means a small piece of bread. That is, there was nothing to eat. There was snow on the ground, and he could not see even one flower or a leaf on the tree. Seeing this, he becomes sad and exclaimed, "Oh, what will become of me?" It means, how will the cricket survive now? So, by seeing snow everywhere, cricket is complaining. He is exclaiming that how he is going to survive now because nothing is there to eat. Not a single leaf is there on the ground. Why? Because ground is covered with the snow. Second part of the stanza. I think you have got the thing. I'll give the poetic device later on. It's very easy poem. Nothing is there. At last, by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly aunt to see if, to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain he wished only to borrow. He would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. So in these lines, the poet is saying that the cricket had not eaten anything and was starving. Starving means suffering from hunger. Okay. So in the first line it is told that he mustered. Mustered means collection, gather. So he mustered its courage. उसने अपना courage इकट्ठा किया and सोचा कि अब मैं आंट के पास जाता हूँ and set off for to seek the help of a miserly aunt to provide him a mouthful of grain, that is food and shelter from the rain. There was famine. Famine means unavailability of the food or the shortage of the food. Chilling, cold and perhaps raining, which made the cricket wet and shiver a lot while traveling. So everywhere cold was there, water was there, raining is there. So he was shivering in that rain. So nothing to eat. After he gathered the courage somehow that he is going to ask the help from the aunt, so he went out and out everything was chilly. Everywhere snow was there, raining was there. So he got wet and he was trembling, means shivering in that atmosphere. He wished, means he requested the aunt to lend him some food and shelter and promised to repay the next day, or else he will die because of chilling cold, hunger and sorrow of not doing anything. Why sorrow? Because he had not saved anything for this season. Because in the summer season he enjoyed everything, he was very happy and he did not think for the future. Now he is saying that he had not saved anything for this time, for this cold season, and he will die if the aunt will not going to help him. So he is expecting some grain and some shelter in this cold season. Coming to this third part. Says the aunt to the cricket, "I am your servant and friend, but we aunts never borrow, we aunts never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, Did you lay anything by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, not I. So in these given lines, there, my heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. So in these given lines, so poet is saying that when hearing to the cricket, so when cricket asked the help from the ant, so after hearing the help, after hearing things from the ant cricket, so ant is saying that, ant is replying that he consider herself to himself to be his means cricket's servant as well as a friend. So ant is saying that they're considering himself as a cricket friend and servant. Why friend? Because they are the insects, they are from the same variety, and servant, if he is going to help cricket, then he will be the servant of the cricket. So in both ways they are the friend and they are the servant. He's saying that. However, the ants never borrow. So now ant is telling their principle, अपने सिद्धांत बता रही हैं. However, the ants never borrow anything from others, nor lend anything. Saying this, ant asked the cricket. So when he said all this thing, he is asking something from the cricket. What? Why he not gather anything when weather was warm? So asking why he have not saved anything when everything was perfectly fine. During spring and summer, that is when it was the appropriate time. Hearing to the ant, the cricket replies that its heart was so light, means he was quite happy and did not care about future. The cricket further says that it kept singing day and night. So means all the time, as all nature looked gay, means very happy, everything looked happy and joyful. He thought that the beauty of spring and summer, as well as abundance of food and shelter, will always remain there. He never cared about future. So he is saying whatever the atmosphere is there, whatever the happiness is there, it will continue for forever. It is not going to get end. So he did not think for the future, and he enjoyed his life the way he want, and he did not save anything for the future. Coming to the last part. You sang, sir, you say. Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Thus ending he hastily lifted the wicket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Folk calls this a fable. I'll warrant it's true. Some cricket have 4 legs and some have 2. So in this given lines it is told that, so when cricket replies, so the ant tells him that he was singing and enjoying during the spring and summer. Now he could do the same and the winter will go away. So now ant is saying to the cricket, as you enjoyed the summer, similarly you can do for the winter and it will go away. Saying this, the ant hastily lifted the wicket. That means quickly ended the conversation and pushed the poor cricket out of the door. So now when the cricket said that he was enjoying the summer, ant got angry. So in very hurry manner, she lifted her wicket, that is wings. Lift wings means wicket means wings of the ant, and she pushed the cricket out and closed the door. Go away and enjoy the winter also. In the last 2 lines, the poet says that folks is referred to the people. People call the story of ant and cricket a fable, that is untrue story. ठीक है, बनाई हुई story है. However, he thinks that the story is quite true. So he is saying that whatever it is a fable, then also this story is true. Okay, because there are many crickets with 4 legs as well as 2. So cricket with 4 legs refers to the insect, and the cricket with 2 legs refers to the human being. That means there are insects like cricket who do not care about the future, and also human cricket with two legs here refers to human. Okay, so there are human beings like cricket who do not care about their future, and repent when times is gone. Okay, this is what there in the poem. So now the moral of the poem is we should cherish happy moments but should not ignore our future. Careful planning is essential for everyone and it ensures a secure future. Hard working leads to fruitful life. This is the moral of the poem. Now children, I'll explain you the poetic devices used in the poem. Personification is used. Personification, the word itself is saying that person. So when any human, when any animal or non-living thing personifies or give the character of the human being. So when any animal or object represent any human character, that is personification. So a young silly cricket, he found that his cupboard, he set off, I am your servant and friend, my heart, he hastily lifted the wicket. So all these phrases represent the personifications. A young silly cricket, that means it is resembling the human, the person who is having less knowledge. He, now cricket, generally we use it for the animals, but here we are using he. So it again a human nature. His cupboard, human's cupboard, his, because it is used for a human being. He set off, he again used for the human. I am your servant and friend. Now cricket is saying that I am your servant. How can an animal be a servant or friend? Okay, so it's a human character. Then my heart, heart is only for the human being. He is saying he hastily lifted the wicket, again he is used. So these are the phrases where personification is used. Then alliteration. Alliteration means repetition of the first word in the given line. Okay, now for sunny month of gay summer and spring, then repetition of ss is there, that is alliteration. His cupboard was empty and winter was come, so repetition of the alphabet W. So now rest, your task is to find out rest alliteration from the poem. I have given the example and explain what is alliteration. Rest you are going to find from the poem. Anaphora. Anaphora means repetition of the first word in the continuation lines. So repetition of the same word in the continuous following lines. For example, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. So repetition of the word not in the continuation line. Like you can check here in the first part of the explanation. See here. Second, third line, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. So continuation of the word not is there. So when this type of thing is coming in a poem, when the continuation word is there in the continuous line and the word is same at the starting, then it becomes anaphora. Okay, now metaphor, when we have a direct comparison of anything or any object, okay, that becomes your anaphora. So that becomes your metaphor. So direct comparison to a thing and object. Some cricket have 4 legs and some have 2. This is the example. So some cricket have 4, that is a direct comparison for the insect, 4 legs, and some have 2. So some have 2, that is the direct comparison used for human being. Okay, so this becomes your metaphor. Now the rhyming scheme, A, B, B, C, C, D, D, D. For the first stanza, how it comes, I'll explain you. For the rhyming scheme, we need to check the last word of the poem in each line. For example, a silly young cricket accustomed to sing. Last word sing, G sound is there, put at A. Spring, again the A sound is coming, so we have marked as A. Last letter we need to check for every line for the rhyme scheme. So sing, spring, G sound is coming, so we mark it as A. Now home come. Same pronunciation, home, ma, come, ma, last ka sound is coming. So mark it as B. So we got A, B, B, then found ground. Da is coming, mark it as C. Then C, tree, and me, same sound, me, E is coming. No, C ka E, tree ka E is there, and me ka E. So mark it as D. So this way you are going to get your rhyme scheme. So first one, A, B, B, C, then D. So your rhyme scheme is A, B, B, C, triple D. Fine. Similarly, it will go for the other also. Second one, bold and cold, same pronunciation. Dada, mark it as A. Then aunt, grant, turtle is coming at the end. So BB. Rain and grain, ain is coming. So C. Then borrow, tomorrow, sorrow, row, sound is similar. Mark it as D. So again we have the same rhyme scheme. A, B, B, C, D. Coming to the next stanza, we have, see how many, like the last word is friend, lend, da, A. Then it is their next word, tell me, lay, not I. So by and I sound is there, so it becomes BB. Then light, night, CC, and gay, D, different word. So again rhyme scheme will be A, B, B, C, and D. Coming to the last stanza, say way, similar, A sound, A. Wicked cricket, BB, and true too, O sound is there, CC. So what will be your next this thing? So these are your rhyming scheme. Okay, just match the rhyme scheme with your poem. Now coming to the question answers of the poem. The first one, the cricket says, oh, what will become of me? When does he say it and why? So answer for this question is, the cricket said the given lines when he found that his cupboard was empty and winter had arrived. He could not find a single crumb to eat on the snow-covered ground, and there were no flowers or leaves on the tree. He wondered what will become of it because he was getting cold, and since there was nothing to eat, he would die and starve. Okay, coming to the question number 2. Find in the poem the lines that means the same as neither a borrower nor a lender be. Okay, these lines are given by Shakespeare. The lines in the poem that means the same as neither a borrower nor a lender be are, but we aunts never borrow, we aunts never lend. Question number 3. What is your opinion of aunt's principle? Agree with what the aunt says. First, that one should save something for the future so that he does not need to borrow or lend. But I don't agree with the aunt's principle, what he told later. If he says he is a friend of cricket, then he should also help the cricket at the time of distress. On the other hand, I believe that a friend in need is a friend indeed. Okay, so your principle was that they do not borrow, they do not lend. This is correct, fine, na lo na do. But when he said that he is a friend and servant, then he should help him out, because a friend in need is a friend in deed. This according to this thing. Okay, question number 4. The aunt tells the cricket to dance the winter away. Do you think the word dance is appropriate here? If so, why? The aunt told the cricket to dance the winter away because when he asked the cricket what he did in the summers and why he had not stored any food for summers, the cricket answered that he sang through the warm and sunny months of summers. Therefore, in reply to this, the aunt asked the cricket to dance the winter away just like he sang all through the summers and did not bother to store food for winters. Therefore, dance is appropriate here. Question number 5. Which line in the poem expresses the poet's comment? Read them aloud. Write the comment in your own words. The lines in the poem that express the poet's comment are: folks call this a fable, I will warrant it true. Okay, this comment by the poet means that this poem is indeed a fable, as it had a moral behind it. The cricket did not have anything to eat during the winters because he did not bother to store some food during summer. He was negligent and sang all through the summer. The ant, on the other hand, had built a nice home for herself and had stored food so that he would not starve during winter. He worked meticulously during summer to achieve this. Thus, the moral of the poem is to be prepared for the adverse times and always work hard instead of being negligent. So children, here we complete the poem with the summary, explanation and the question answers. I expect everyone will write this in your notebook and show to me. You can have your own answers also. I do not have any problem, but your sense should not change, your meaning should not change. Keep into your mind. Okay, any problem, any doubt, please call me up, ask me in the doubt session, or you can text me. I'll explain you. Okay, my dear children, so go through the poem. It's very important poem to the point of your life. The moral of the poem is that even though you are having the good time, enjoy your good times, but do not forget to save or to do anything for the future. Okay, so bye my dear children, take care and thank you so